Yeah, we're going to read the Book of Nephi.
Wait, the Book of Mormonism isn't that the belief system that thinks that the darker your skin is, the more cursed you are, or something like that? Oh no!
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah, back
We
way,
got
way,
it.
way, way before.
Oh, it
You don't
doesn't.
think
It's
I'm
not.
cursed, do you, guest?
Yeah, tell
No,
us.
no, not anymore.
Who
Not anymore.
Like I said, things change, things
these
evolve, and
these people. All right, so we're going to talk about the racism in your book. I think we want about verse 20 or 21. Let me zoom in on this so everyone can read it here. I don't know if that's readable, but we're just gonna go for it, guys. There we go. That might be a little better. There we go. Wherefore the word of the Lord was fulfilled, which he spake unto me, saying that inasmuch as they will not hearken unto thy words, they shall be cut off from the presence of the Lord. And behold, they were cut off from his presence. And he had cursed the cursing to come upon them, yea, even a sore cursing, because of their iniquity. For behold, they had hardened their hearts against him, and they had become like unto a flint. Wherefore, as they were white and exceedingly fair and delightsome, they might not be enticing unto my people, the Lord God caused a skin of blackness to come upon them. Do you think that it's better to be white and delightsome?
no. And what's happened there is a differentiation, so that people will know, the righteous people will know who they can and can't trust. Who are the non-believers?
Right.
And
So people that have darker skin are undesirable, and they're from a wicked lineage.
not anymore. Not
Not anymore. Do you believe
here in the Book of Mormon is not the case now.
Do you believe in objective morals? Do you think it was okay for God to make people of color punished for the crimes of the Lamanites?
That was a totally different story, and not, if you have, people of color now, it's not the same thing.
No, but listen to what he says. The point was to darken their skin so that they would not be enticing. He quite literally is calling people of color ugly.
That's just how we know, guys, that host has never been, nor would he ever be a Mormon, because he likes to get down with the swirls. So, just
Hey,
saying.
I wanna see a 1 in the comments if people of color are beautiful. If you put a 0 in the comments, you're getting blocked.
I actually have.
Please tell us we're ugly. Please tell us we're ugly. Am I ugly, Justin?
Nope.
I've seen a lot of people of color that are extremely beautiful, and I don't have any, racist thoughts or anything like that. I have people, friends that are colored, and we all love each other. I think what's happened in the Book of Mormon way back in that time period was there was still whites and blacks and everything else. The difference was that the people back then weren't exactly made black. They had a reddish tan to their skin.
Did it say that in the book?
Crystal wants to know what verse this is. Verse and passage.
This is 2 Nephi chapter 5, about halfway through. Also, your speakerphone is really loud. I can hear myself echoing in it.
I'm sitting super close. I'm sorry.
Okay, so the religion that Joseph Smith invented is racist because most of the people that he was around were racists. Every holy book I've ever read reflects the culture in which it was written in, which is why I know that none of their gods exist. Because I would expect their God to have morals that transcended the culture it was written in.
So if you're asking about faith again, faith is those things that are hoped for but not seen.
It's a huge pivot. I agree. If I was in this conversation, I would run far away from the racism of Joseph Smith. I would do exactly that.
Well, racism wasn't, you know, Joseph Smith and the Mormons back then weren't the only people that were racist. They were all over the place.
I know, and I would expect that if this book was from God, that it wouldn't contain racism. I would expect your God to know better.
I think what you're not understanding there is it wasn't to make a racism point or create racism. It was to say these are the people that will not enter my kingdom because they are unclean because of the things that they had done.
But they didn't do
their
anything.
Wickedness.
They didn't do anything.
They caused war and they destroyed God's people.
First of all, none of that happened. There's not a single piece of evidence to suggest that ancient Hebrews came over in ships before ships could even make the journey and came over to America, and then that there was wars over here in America, and that there was a group of Lamanites that decided that they weren't going to play ball, and God cursed them and made them dark-skinned. But you're missing the greater point here, which is the author of this book is outright telling you that it's more delightful to have white skin. Do you think it's more delightful to have white skin?
No, but you're talking about a situation that was centuries ago.
Why does this book say that it's more delightful to have white skin? Did the angel Moroni not give the golden plates to Joseph Smith, and did he not accurately translate them using the seer stones?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, could you show me one example of reformed Egyptian?
What do you mean?
Well, according to Joseph Smith, the golden tablets were written in a language that he said was reformed Egyptian, which was very convenient since we haven't figured out at that time period how to translate Egyptian yet. As it turns out, we know how to translate Egyptian yet, and there's not a single language on the planet that is reformed Egyptian. That's not a real language. Also, I'm echoing really bad in your phone. I don't know what's going on over there, but you got to figure out the echo.
The original, let me see if I can do this real quick.
Why did over half of the witnesses in the Book of Mormon recant their narrative?
So what the thing that people have a problem with is that religion and spirituality and things like that take work, and that's Satan's influence to say, hey, this is too hard for you and God expects too much of you. And
you didn't answer my question. You just keep going on tangent points, ignoring the actual topic.
That's what you want, though. You want something tangible, right?
I want you to defend the talking point that we're currently on before you run from it. I want to know a couple things. First, why is the God of this book racist?
He's not. We have plenty of people in our church that are people of color that hold a priesthood.
Then why did he decide that it would be less desirable to be colored?
At the time, because they were sinful and they were wicked.
No, that's not an answer to my question. Why does the God of this book think that it's undesirable to have pigment?
He made them that way at the time because they were sinful.
Why does the God of this book think that having melanin makes you unattractive?
Sin is unattractive.
You heard it here. You heard it here. Sin is unattractive, which is why colored people are unattractive, because the sin has been passed down in history. So he's just admitting that he's racist as well.
I'm stealing your big screen for a second.
At a bare minimum, he's colorist.
Oh yeah, hold on. Me and Zeus colored are judging you very hard right now.
Yeah, the Mormon religion's got so many red flags, it's unbelievable.
Things change, and I'm not a racist. I'm not a colorist.
God shouldn't
Sir,
change.
You literally said colored.
like it's the 1950s. Did you not know that they didn't allow people of color to even preach in the Mormon church until like what, the 60s? The 70s? Correct me if I'm wrong, chat, please.
Yeah, I think it was like the 80s.
Oh, that's even further.
Okay, so what was your name? Was it Scott? Did I hear that correctly?
Yep.
Scott, listen, there's not much that you're going to say to fix this problem of racism in religion. I've already heard every excuse in the book, so we don't need to do that any further. So at this point, the only thing we have left to talk about is whether or not you have evidence that your God is real. Now, if you have a good argument or evidence for your God, I'd love to hear it. If not, I've got to move on.
Well, going back to God made us in his image, which means he made all of us the same way that he is. The difference is he has more authority.
Yeah, I don't believe that, though. Demonstrate that to be the case.
There's no demonstration. That's what faith is for.
Okay, fantastic. So you're going to go right back and gaslight me on the talking point that we just proved is wrong from the Bible. So that's the end of the conversation. Thanks for coming up. You can have your racist deity.